right, 8th grade. I don't know, I might have said that in the last one. I'm sorry if I did. 8th grade, 5.6, adding and subtracting decimals. Our vocabulary is front-end estimation, and that's a type of estimation. Oops, I'm using, I don't have my pen on. Let me turn it on. Okay, it's an estimation that uses the front numbers. And I'll show you that. We'll get to, I think there's an example later on. It's example number 3. So we'll do more of that when we get there. So this is page 260 in your book. Okay, so let's just do some adding and subtracting. So example 1, dancing. The table shows the amount of money in billions of dollars that people in the United States spent on dance studios, schools, and halls. How much was spent in 1995 and 1996? So when it's asking us how much was spent in both of those, it means we add those. So 0.947 for 1995 and 1.046 for 1996. Notice I add those up by lining up the decimals, and then you just add. So we spent about, in 1995, it was $1.993 billion in 1995 and 1996. The second question, how much more was spent in 98 than 97, which is a subtraction problem. So that'll be 1.138 minus 1.08. I'm lining my decimals up again. I'm filling my empty place with zeros. And now I subtract. 8 minus 0 is 0. I can't subtract that without borrowing. So 58 thousandths billion of $1 billion more. Let's see what they came up with. 1.993 is what we got. And then the subtracting. And they got the same. Alright, so guided practice. Find the sum or the difference. Again, we're lining up our decimals. They're both negative, so when you add two negatives, it just makes bigger negatives. So 12.5 plus 4.55, being careful to line my negatives up, or excuse me, my decimals up, fill my empty place. 5, 0, carry the 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're both negative, so negative 17.05. Again, I'm adding, there's no negatives to worry about. 8.93 plus 0.367, fill an empty place, and add. You just have to be careful to add when you're supposed to add, and you bring the decimal straight down. There we go. This one has a positive and a negative, so remember when you subtract a positive and a negative number, or when you add a positive and a negative, you have to subtract. So let's take a look at setting that up. So it's going to be 7.624 minus 0.05. You're taking off that negative. So 4, that's going to be a 7, 5. So you're taking off the 0 point. There we go. Now we're subtracting 8.91 minus 2.745. Empty place, can't subtract that, have to borrow. It's going to be a 5. 8, 10 minus 4 is 6, 1, and 6. On this one, I'm going to boom, boom it. Boom, boom. So it's 2 negatives. So I'm going to add them because 2 negatives make more negatives. Notice I'm lining up my decimals. 9, 7, 6, 1, and they're both negative. So negative 16.79. There we go. This one I go ahead and boom boom like we always do when we have our negatives, and it's adding So 5.376 plus 0.8. Notice I'm lining up my decimals, filling my empty places. 6.176. Okay, so solving equations with decimals. Remember, we've solved equations before, and it's done the exact same way. Just the thing you got to do is remember to line up your decimals. So we go through and we have y minus 1.57 or 1.537 equals 6.48. How do I get the y by itself? I get rid of the minus 1.537 by adding 1.537 to this side. So I add 1.537 to this side. These cancel out. Y equals 7, 1 carry the 1, 0 carry the 1, 6, 7, 8.017. That would be my answer. You can always put it in and check, see if it's right. There it is. So this one, I need to get x by itself. So how do you get rid of a minus 0.34? You add 0.34. And I do the same thing to this side. I'm adding it. 6 equals x. X equals 4.61. There we go. Example 3. The theater wants you to estimate the cost of supplies for a play. Is the cost of the item shown excluding tax more or less than your $50 budget? Well, one thing that you can do is a thing called front-end estimation. So what you're going to do is we're going to take the amount, the front numbers, these numbers, the 18, the 9, the 3, the 2, and the 16, and we're just going to add those. So 18 plus 9 is 27, 28, 29, 30, 32, 42, 48. So we already have $48 with just these front numbers. Now this is almost going to be 49. These definitely will put you over 50. You're not a lot over, but that's what front-end estimation is. You take the front numbers and add them, and then you kind of adjust the back numbers and see where you're at. So I'm going to say we're going to be more than our $50 budget. So here they are. They added those front numbers. They check those remaining and make about $3, so it puts you over by about $1. Okay, so our guided practice, let's solve this. Get the x by itself, you adding 1.38. So to get rid of a plus, you minus 1.38 from this side, minus 1.38 from this side. Those cancel out. Borrow, that's a 7, 1, 1.17. So there we go. Next one. Oh, wait, there, got the right answer. So Z, getting it by itself. Remember, this is algebra, you need to write the original equation. I'm going to add 5.3. I like to see this. I want to see this from you guys. Add that empty place, so that's a 9, a 5, 1, carry the 1. So Z equals 21.59. I'm going to simplify before I'm going to boom these. So really it's y plus 0.83. So I'm going to minus 0.83 from this side, minus 0.83 from this side. I'm going to get, ooh, that one's bigger, isn't it? It's going to be more negatives, so the 83 needs to be on top because it's bigger. It won't let me finish it. So negative 0.35. There we go. Use front-end estimation to estimate the sum. So we add those front numbers, the 1, the 7, and the 3. That's $11. So we have $11. Hang on, I lost my pin. Hello? Board turned off for some reason. Oh, it doesn't like my battery. Hang on, hold on, let me plug this in so the battery will, hang on, I know this is the last one, so let me talk. So you got 7 plus 3 is 10 plus 1. Hold on, let me find a plug-in. Still here, hold on. Okay, hold on, I'm still here. Plug it in, my board went dead on me. Okay, is it working now? Let me see. Hello, hey, there we go. Okay, so 1, 7, and 3 make $11. This is almost $1 by itself. Together, these make about $1. So 1 and 1 is 2, so plus 2 more. So it's about $13. Let's see what happens. Yep. Okay, example number 4. It says, and this is the last one, the Kelvin scale for temperature is used by chemists. The formula K equals C plus 273.15 is used to convert from degrees Celsius to kelvins, where C is the degrees Celsius and K is kelvins. The average human body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. What's the temperature in kelvins? So that's Celsius right here. So what we have to do is substitute that in where the C is. So it's going to be 37 plus 273.15. The 37, we line up the decimals. 310.15, it's going to be D. It's nice when they give you the formula. That's it. See right there? Done. So what is 29 degrees in Kelvin? So it would be 29 plus, what was that formula? Forgot it. 273.15. So we're going to line those up, put the 29 under here. That's going to be a 5 and a 1. 12, carry the 1. 7, 8, 0, carry the 1. 302.15. And I guess you should put a K for Kelvin. What is 324.15 Kelvin in degrees Celsius? So that's going to be here. 324.15 equals C plus 273.15. So I have the right numbers. Yep. So we want to know Celsius this time, so I got to get C by itself. So I minus 273.15 minus 273.15. 0, 0, 1. 51 degrees Celsius. There we go. Just putting numbers in the formula, solving them out. So make sure you line up your decimals, make sure you show your work. I don't want to see just answers. I want to see your work. I want to see numbers lined up and all of your work being shown. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.